evening, I'm Army Sergeant Scott Malone. Topping our news tonight, an ally in the Persian Gulf region may be willing to help if the U.S. attacks Iraq. Qatar's foreign minister is leaving open the possibility that the United States could use an airbase there to attack Iraq, but says the decision will be made later. About 3,300 U.S. soldiers are stationed in Qatar. The United States has recently upgraded an airbase there with the region's longest runway and other high-tech features. The base is currently used in operations against terrorism in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, Britain plans to modify more than 200 of its tanks for desert warfare. The AP reports the news from a senior defense official raises speculation about Britain following the U.S. into war against Iraq. The officer says the Defense Ministry is considering plans for the limited modification of 2 armored brigades with a total of 234 tanks. He wouldn't discuss whether the modifications are being made in readiness for war with Iraq. North Korea made a startling admission to State Department officials that it has secretly developed at least 2 nuclear warheads, which could threaten thousands of U.S. troops in that region. AFN's Kane Fairbaugh has more on that.
North Korea's confession comes after intense discussions with Assistant Secretary of State for Asian Affairs James Kelly. His trip earlier this month to North Korea was the first visit by a high-ranking U.S. official since President Bush's State of the Union address, where he called North Korea part of an axis of evil. Pyongyang's admission violates the 1994 agreed framework, a deal brokered by former President Jimmy Carter. The deal called for a freeze to North Korea's nuclear weapons program in exchange for 2 light-water nuclear reactors provided by the U.S., Japan, and South Korea. North Korea is also in violation of the Non-Proliferation Treaty and an agreement it has with South Korea to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula. They've also prevented inspections of their existing nuclear facilities. I spoke with Michigan Senator Carl Levin of the Senate Armed Services Committee prior to his visit to North Korea in 1998, where he was investigating the North's compliance with those agreements.
It's a threatening situation which not only could cost American lives, but which costs a heck of a lot of American dollars, and steps that can be taken to bring that to an end, that threatening situation, are steps which all of us should encourage.
If North Korea's assertions are true, its missiles can reach some 37,000 U.S. forces stationed in Korea and another 60,000 in Japan. In light of the developments, State Department spokesperson Richard Boucher says improvements in relations with North Korea are over.
Because we don't trust them. They don't trust us either, but we don't trust them.
Kane Fairbaugh, AFN News.
Golf fans all over the world watched the Ryder Cup last month, pitting the best professional Europeans against the Americans' best PGA players. Army Sergeant Aaron Talley found some American golfers in Vicenza, Italy, who decided to have their own version of the Ryder Cup when they challenged local Italian golfers to a friendly competition.
They called it the Hackers Cup, and it matched up amateur golfers from Italy, Ireland, Canada, and South Africa, as well as U.S. service members and DoD civilians from Aviano and Vicenza. The tournament took place over 3 days and 3 different courses, winding up at Ca della Nave, just outside Venice. The competition was fierce, but the golf was only part of the reason for this tournament.
We have the great chance to interact with different people from different countries, know each other by first names, and have fun at the same time.
It wasn't all fun and games putting it together. There were a lot of challenges bringing all these golfers to one course.
It was tough getting it together because everybody has a job to do. We're all amateurs, and we just wanted to put a tournament together that would allow everybody to have some fun, but yet feel part of a team, a national tournament.
At the end, the Italian team came out on top, but as far as the golfers in the first annual Hackers Cup were concerned, everyone went away a winner. Reporting from Venice, Italy, Army Sergeant Aaron Talley, AFN News.
And that's Newsline for now. Enjoy your evening.